What's up, guys? So today is all about meal prepping, working out, pushing our bodies to our maximum potential and getting the bodies we want. Ties in a lot into training, but nutrition is really going to fuel your body so you're able to train, and it's also going to give you the nutrients that you need to effectively recover from your workouts and also push yourself in your workouts as well. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through why you should meal prep. I'm going to give you the benefits of meal prepping, why you should be doing it and why you need to be doing it. And then I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks of meal prepping to help you guys maximize your time when you are preparing your food, so you don't waste all your time in the kitchen cooking and you can actually spend your time to live your life. And I'm also going to give you guys what you need to effectively meal prep as well. So I'm going to show you exactly what you guys need to effectively meal prep so you don't run into any setbacks when you start meal prepping, so you can be readily equipped to prepare your food and make sure you have all the appliances and accessories that you need to effectively make the most of your time when you are meal prepping. Plus, I'm going to show you guys my exact process of how I meal prep week to week to keep a lean athletic physique year round and be able to maintain lean muscle and also continuously gain strength and have optimal energy every day as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like it and you want to see more videos about nutrition, training, and equipping your mindset to produce higher outputs. So why should you meal prep? First of all, you're going to save a lot of time. A lot of people try to cook their healthy meals throughout the week and they end up wasting like 30 minutes to an hour every day throughout the week, and then that's why they burn out and they stop preparing healthy meals because they don't have enough time throughout the week. So if you reserve an hour on the weekend or a day off to prep your food for the whole week, then you have meals readily available so you can save time during the week and just grab those ready to eat meals that are full of nutrition rather than stopping at fast food and getting high calorie, low nutrient foods that are only going to satisfy you temporarily and leave you wanting to go get more of that food later. Another thing, guys, is you guys are going to save a lot of money. A lot of people underestimate buying in bulk. All right. If you go to Costco, a big store like that where they sell food in bulk, you can save a lot of money long term if you meal prep your meals. And if you do it right, you could even get meals that are less than $5 to $3 per meal. So if you guys want to save time and save money, meal prepping is the way to go. Plus, it will eliminate all the extra costs that eating out comes with. Another reason why I love meal prepping is you don't have to track your calories every day. A lot of people on diets, in flexible diets, there's no problem with flexible dieting. You got to track all your calories to make sure that you're getting the right calorie intake during the day and also the right macronutrients. But if you meal prep, you can do all that work in advance so you know exactly how many calories, how much protein, how much carbohydrates, and how much fat you're getting because you already prepared the meals in advance and you know how many calories each meal is going to be. You don't have to pull out your phone every time you eat during the day to track your calories because you already know how many calories are in that meal. So you can save a lot of time with that as well. So what do you need for meal prepping? So I'm going to give you guys a list of everything you guys need to effectively meal prep. So number one is a food scale. All right. You're going to want to measure your protein portions so you know how much protein is in each meal. Another thing is a measuring cup. All right. Measuring rice, measuring pasta, making sure you know how much carbohydrate that you're cooking and how many carbs are in each meal throughout the week. Another thing you guys are going to need is a large cooking pan. Get a large cooking pan and cook all your meat in that pan, or you can get a baking pan and throw it in the oven. You guys are also going to need Tupperware or glass containers. I recommend using glass because plastic, there's a lot of chemicals that can leak into your food, even if it's BPA free. All right. A lot of people don't talk about this, but even if you microwave food in plastic in the microwave, even when it's BPA free, there's something called phytoestrogens that are in plastic that leak into your food, and they can actually mimic a hormone in your body and throw off the hormone balance in your body if you continuously eat foods out of plastic. So that's why I stay away from plastic and I use glass Tupperware. So the glass is going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's a long-term investment. They'll last you forever. And the bottom line is your health. So if you want to maximize your health, maximize your life, then you need to use glass containers. Food thermometer, all right, to make sure that you're cooking the chicken or beef or turkey to the right temperature so you don't end up with food poisoning and you cook that food correctly. Another thing that I utilize a lot is a rice cooker. All right. A rice cooker is a super easy and effective way to cook rice. I prefer that over a pan on a stovetop because it's really simple, really effective, and it's a great way to get the most out of your time. So some tips on meal prepping. From meal prepping for about 2 years now, I came up with a lot of tips and tricks to help me maximize my time and maximize my meal prepping days. So number one tip, guys, is keep it simple. All right. Don't overcomplicate complicate things with a bunch of different meats, a bunch of different carbohydrates, a bunch of different vegetables. Pick 1 or 2 meats, 1 or 2 veggies, and then 1 or 2 carbohydrates. And then cook all those. Don't try to put in a bunch of different variety in your first meal prep because you're gonna get overwhelmed, because you're gonna end up washing dishes to cook a different meat and then cooking a whole bunch of different vegetables, cooking a whole bunch of different carbohydrates, and you're gonna get overwhelmed. It's gonna take a long time and you're gonna spend the whole day miserable. So make sure you keep it simple. Pick 1 or 2 meats, 1 or 2 veggies, and 1 or 2 carbohydrates. And then maybe next week, if you want more variety, switch it up and do substitutions. Maybe you do chicken 1 week and then beef the other week. Maybe you do pasta 1 week and then rice the next week. Maybe you do broccoli 1 week and asparagus the next week. All right, so switch it up week to week rather than prepping a bunch of different foods all at once. Number 2, guys, is limit distractions. All right, make sure you're focused on the task at hand. Make sure you are fully attentive to cooking, because number 1, when you're cooking, you need to be attentive, especially if the stove is on, if the oven is on, you need to be attentive for that. And also to make the most out of your time, because I know you don't want to spend all day cooking. Make sure you're attentive, and the more you're focused on cooking your food, the faster you're going to get it done. Tip number 3, make sure you guys prep 3 to 5 days in advance. All right, so you don't want to meal prep a whole bunch of food for 2 weeks, because that food can spoil in the 3 to 5 days. That's a great way to prep your food. And usually we only prep our lunches and dinners, which are very similar, but sometimes prep your breakfast as well. Number 4, guys, is utilize the freezer and the fridge. All right, so with the meals that you're going to eat about 4 to 5 days in advance, make sure you put those in the freezer so the food doesn't spoil, and take them out maybe 3 days into the week. And the meals that you eat the following 3 days, make sure you put those in the fridge, because those ones are actually going to taste better because they're not frozen, because they haven't been frozen. You can enjoy the taste a little more those first 3 days, and then day 4 and 5, take those meals out of the freezer into the fridge. The number 1 reason for that is to make sure they don't spoil, and you can make the most out of your meal prep so you can meal prep the whole week. And the number 5 tip I want to give you guys is look for sales that they have at the store, right? And once you see a sale, buy in bulk, and then you can save the most money from that. A couple weeks ago, they had a huge sale on chicken. It was only like $2.99 per pound, and I bought a whole bunch of it because I knew I'm going to eat chicken and I'm going to meal prep it a lot. So I bought a whole pack, I bought a whole bunch of it, put it in the freezer, and saved it for my meal preps. I could save money long term. So make sure you look for the sales, because you can save a lot of money if you do find really good deals. So now I'm gonna take you guys through what I do every week to meal prep. You're gonna see a lot of parallels of what I went through with the tips and the tricks that I just went through. Pay attention, take some notes, and hopefully you guys get a lot of value out of this video. All right, guys, so everything, all my appliances that I need, it's very simple. So I use a rice cooker because I like to cook rice for my carbohydrates. I have a food scale to measure the ounces of protein, so I know how many grams of protein are in each meal. Food thermometer, so I make sure that I cook my meat at the right temperature so I don't get food poisoning. And then also a large cooking pan to cook my meat. All right, guys, so for the food I'm going to be preparing, like I said, I like to keep things very simple so I can be quick and effective with my meal preps. So for my carbohydrates, I have jasmine rice. I like rice because it's cheap and it's a really good carbohydrate source. And for my meat, I have ground turkey. 85-15 ground turkey, a little bit higher in fat because I'm trying to increase my calorie intake. And for my veggies is broccoli. So like I said, I keep things very simple, right? Think about it, the more food that you want to prep, the longer it's going to take, and the more stress it's gonna be, right? So keep it simple, find 1 meat, 1 veggie, and 1 rice for your first meal prep. Then after that, you can add more, maybe add substitutions week to week. All right, so the first step of meal prepping is definitely wash your hands, because if you just got done with the gym, there are a lot of nasty germs out there. So make sure you wash your hands whenever you handle food. So with the rice cooker, I put 6 cups of rice, and they have little knobs on here that give you a reference of how much water you need to put in. So there's 1 through 7, and it says cups at the top. So I put in 6 cups of rice. So I need to fill up water until it reaches the 6 mark right here. So the rice cooker is very simple. Once you get the rice and the water in the pot, you just put the pot on top and then put the lid on right here, and then drop this down. And as you can see, the light is gonna switch over, and that says cook, all right? And then once the cook disappears and the warm comes on, that's when you know the rice is done. So I do this first because the rice takes a little bit longer. And then while this is cooking, I start on the meat. So for the meat, I'm gonna use the large cooking pan, and I'm cooking turkey. So basically all I gotta do is take it out of the package and put it in. but make sure you spray the pan down first with your favorite cooking spray or favorite oil. But just remember guys, if you use coconut oil, MCT oil, any other kind of oil, there's a lot of calories in oil. So just make sure you take into account the calories that you add to the meat from the oil, because you can easily overconsume your calories if you put a lot of oil while you're cooking. And also to remember to wash your hands every time you touch raw meat or the packaging. Plus, meal prepping is super fun because you can add any seasonings that you like or hot sauce that you like to the meat to spice it up a little bit and change it up week to week. One thing I like to do with the large cooking pans is use a topper because it'll speed up the process of cooking it because it'll keep all the heat contained. So while I wait for the meat and the rice to cook, that's when I'm going to prepare the Tupperware or the glass containers that I'm going to put the rice and meat and broccoli in. This is where you have to be a little bit patient. It'll take about 10, 15, 20 minutes to cook the meat and the rice, but once it's done, all you got to do is put it in the Tupperware and then put the broccoli in or whatever vegetable you have, you're good to go. So sometimes there's a lot of water buildup when you are cooking meat. So what I recommend is utilizing the lid if you have one and draining out some of the water like so. So the meat's looking about done. I got my food thermometer here. So all I'm gonna do is put it in a pretty big chunk, right? Because if a big chunk is done, that means the little ones are done. So I'm putting it in. I'm looking for 165. All right, so it's going to 162 and 165, and it's going above 165. So this big chunk here is above 165. So that means your meat is complete and done. The rice is still cooking, but I'm going to start weighing out the meat on the food scale and putting them in the Tupperware containers. So I like to use a utensil like this, just to make sure all the water drains out, right? It's a spoon with a hole in the middle, so all the water drains out, and I'm weighing just the meat with minimal water. The food scale, I'm gonna turn it on, and then change the unit to ounces. Gotta calibrate, we're on grams, milliliters, ounces, there we go. And then zero it out, and we're good to go. So I'm going to be weighing out 6 ounces of ground turkey. There we go, and as you can see, 6. So as you can see, I got 6 ounces of ground turkey. Made about 6 meals. All right, 6 meals with 6 ounces of ground turkey. All right, guys, and that light switched, so it went from cooked to warm, so that means the rice is done as well. So for the rice, it's pretty simple, guys. All you gotta do is take the lid off and measure how much rice you want with a measuring cup. All right, I have a little 1 cup egg thing here. It measures as 1 cup, and I'm gonna put 2 cups of rice in each meal. I have 6 ounces of ground turkey and 2 cups of jasmine rice in 6 meals. Now time to get your fiber and vitamins. I just like to top off all the meals with frozen vegetables because it's super easy to prepare. And there you have it, guys. They are complete. I got the ground turkey, rice, and broccoli. And here are the macros and calories on the screen for you. So if you guys want a meal similar to this, go ahead and try it out. Try this meal prep, see how you like it. It's very simple, very effective. And it only took about an hour to complete. All right, so very fast, very simple, very effective, very high nutrient dense foods that you can eat throughout the week. And if you guys are cutting or trying to cut weight, put 1/2 or 1 cup of rice in there to decrease the carb intake, decrease the calories, and increase the protein a little bit, maybe 7 to 8 ounces of protein. And there you have it, guys. There's a simple, effective meal prep that you guys can use. so you guys can make some gains and also have optimal energy throughout the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some value. If you like this video, give it a like, please. That would mean the world to me. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about nutrition, training, and also upgrading your mindset so you can produce high outputs in all aspects of your life. I appreciate you guys watching this video. That's about it. I'm about to eat one of these amazing, yummy meals, and I will talk to you guys later.